Hello everyone, this is Zerda MTG back again with another testing video. I'll be playing a little bit of Omni today. Just my typical build, haven't changed too much with it. Still on 1 Eureka. Sorry about the last couple of videos. I realize that they've been really laggy. I tried to change some things with Arena, didn't work. Today's was still laggy. I'm going to start checking them before I post them so we won't run into that problem again. This is the second video I've recorded to today, so it's probably going to be a little bit shorter than usual. I'm going to apologize to all of you about that in advance, as well as about all the videos I posted that are just completely unwatchable. I'll be taking them down as I go through them. Just need to go through and see which ones it is and try and figure out what the problem was. Alright, so if this ends up taking too long here, I'll just switch on over to a tournament practice room, which it's looking like is going to just get me into a game faster for content. And let's play a little bit of Legacy. Alright. So, opponent's trying to figure out if they're going to go first or second. Wonder if they're going to reveal a companion. Alright. Gigantha the Wellspring. So they don't have Force of Will. They don't have Force of Negation. That's telling us a lot about what we want to try and keep. So I'm going to go ahead and mull this, because our opponent isn't going to be a fair deck. Or even a blue combo deck necessarily. Not a fan of this hand, but I'll keep it because it's not too far off, and we don't need the Boseiju ever in a match where our opponent doesn't have forces. I suppose they might have Dazes, or a Chalice, but I'm doubting it. Lands. Okay. I'm fine with that. That's right. F8, not spacebar. This is not Arena. Lead on Astrolabe. Gets us deeper before our Preordain. Yep, this is definitely lands, because they do play the one copy of the Keetra? However you pronounce that triome. They're slow enough that a tap land doesn't really matter, and they just kind of want lands. There's a Loam. Alright, so they could combo kill us pretty quick if they draw it. Maze of Ith, not really a problem. Alright, empty-handed. No problem with that. Emrakul, alright. I think I'll just end of turn Impulse, although I'm kind of tempted to Preordain here. Yeah, because I could draw Soul Land if I bottom both. No, I think I'll just end of turn Impulse. It gets us the deepest, and makes us most likely to win next turn. While also showing us exactly what we want to hit with our Preordain. Dark Depths, Thespian Stage. Alright, they can put both of those into play this turn and have the mana to go off, so this impulse is really gonna have to pull some heavy duty here. Show and tell or bust. So if I find a green source, because they don't have any way to waste me, find a green source, then Soul Land Eureka also works. Let's see what's in their yard. Yeah, I think I'll take the Ice Fang. Because they don't have a way to push through currently. They could on their turn, but I think it's worth risking. Because Eureka is less likely than just a chump block on their 2020 into the combo kill. There we go. I also think I like leading on the Astrolabe here, because next turn we'll have the mana to Preordain plus. And again, maybe it's better to just Preordain now. Yeah, because we'll also be able to Astrolabe, and this can find a lot more. Yeah, I prefer... I'll take the Brainstorm. We'll chump, and then next turn after Brainstorm, we'll get to see an extra 3 cards, so we'll see a total of 4 cards next turn. We also need to find a Cunning Wish, because an Emrakul alone is not good enough against this Merit Lich. There's a Karakas. Snow-covered island. Draw a card. Chump. They'll get Karakas, Thespian Stage, Dark Depths. If they'd only lost 1 more life, the Emrakul would still be lethal. Yep. I guess they'll play the Giganta here too. No? Okay. So we'll lead on the Ponder, because we can afford to. Because of the Ancient Tomb. While we do need Cunning Wish, I don't think we can afford to keep it like this. So yeah, I think this has to be a shuffle. Looking for Show and Tell. Because we get... Yeah, that has to be. Brainstorm digs the deepest for an individual card, but makes us less likely to find it overall. So because there's only 1 card that matters, these two are basically the same, except that Brainstorm will be way better next turn when we need to find the second card, and it won't lock us. So we're planning on success when we play this Preordain. Bottom. Bottom. Ha. And, there we almost have it. Let's see. Ancient Tomb can still pulse a turn, I think. No, it can't. I was thinking because we'd be able to have... No, yeah, it can still buy us a turn. as long as we draw right now another and if it does, nope, so that is a concession. So if we draw on the Quaddle, we got one more turn to block the Merit Liege, and then next turn we get to Eureka in Omniscience, cast the Emrakul, take an extra turn, and try to brainstorm our way into the rest of the combo. And so here, cards that are not good against lands. Let's see. First of all, I don't want any of those. Kind of want Return to Nature, but it's better on the board. I think I'll main the Surgical. And I'll out one of my Ice Fangs, which is kind of bad. It's not terrible, it's just nowhere near as good as the rest of what I've got going. For my game plan, I'm just planning on overpowering them. Lands is one of the few decks that we can have trouble doing that to, because they can just completely deny us of all of our resources. But let's see, do I keep this? Cantrip? No. That'd be hold up Spell Pierce for whatever they do turn 1. If I had a fetch land, I'd be a lot happier. I have double Cantrip though. I'll keep this. Double Astrolabe, hold up Spell Pierce turn 1. I think that's good enough. We're kind of far away from the combo, but they're also going to be slowed down a lot by this. Excellent. Here we go. Play second Astrolabe. Another land, even if they waste us and we don't want a city. Just need an Omniscience and we've got it. Wasteland's fine. Bit of a shame because now we can't just brainstorm and try and win now, but I think I'd like to Cunning Wish end of turn. And I can get away with deploying a City of Traders because of the... Actually, do I want to? I think I really don't want to. I think that was dumb. Because I only have one Cunning Wish. I was thinking I had two, like City of Traders, but alas. I'll cast it here because we can just win. No need to tap anything else. Grab an island. Probably wrong in case they have brainstorms, or in case they have there's some things they could have. The trying to remember it. Alright, what am I putting back? I'm putting back the City of Traders and the second copy of Cunning Wish. That's fine. To the bottom using Astrolabe. The Ghost Quarter is what I'm thinking. Your sideboard. I guess I'd be grabbing nothing I really care about except for kind of intuition. Yeah, I think that's worth it. And I get to hold up Spell Pierce here again. Ghost Quarter me, I can grab a basic forest. Oko is going to get Spell Pierced. Card is quite annoying. And good. Omniscience wins. Emrakul is pretty easy for them to answer. And I'm about to Cunning Wish for 2 turns away. Well, I guess it's just gonna be oh boy. Cunning Wish for Intuition is now too slow. Cunning Wish for Echoing Truth, however, just fast enough. Which, I mean, if it were a turn slower, we wouldn't be able to do it, and we would just lose. Any other way to do this? No, has to be for Echoing Truth, so if they end of turn try to lage me. Note a show and tell last turn for Emrakul would have only resulted in us losing to lage. Diamond is fine. Razor with discard. Kind of tempted to now go for the Intuition with Cunning Wish. Means we won't be able to Fire Mines kill them, but it's still gonna be good enough to pull together a win here, depending on what my opponent has. Oh, alright. So this can backfire, but this is what we have to do eventually anyway, and it doesn't do us any good to wait. Alright, they're gonna put 2020 in, but they cannot do something with a show and tell to leave a trigger on the stack, and thus I'm fine. If they put something in with a trigger, I could have a problem. Cast with Omniscience. If they do anything, we Intuition. Note, this should just kill them. Yeah, because that clears away all of their board. Alright, so now they're going to have a little bit of tech for us now that they know what we are. I don't think we can change anything against them, though. Maybe bring in the Ice Fang, Trim, and Emrakul, because we really want to focus on the Omniscience. No, I think, even though Emrakul's pretty bad to put into play, sometimes we might just have to still get this there. Whereas the Ice Fang is pretty slow against them, doesn't really do too much. And hard casting an Emrakul after an Omniscience is still pretty good. Excuse me for a second as I check to make sure we don't have skipped frames, but I guess this one won't tell me. Let's see. I think I'll keep... Without any interaction, I guess this is a mole. This one I'll keep. And I'll bin the show and tell. We only really need one in this matchup. We have a Brainstorm. I'm not a fan of the Mystic in this hand, or of the Tropical Island, honestly. I'd rather either of them were a basic, but this is the price you pay for deciding you're also going to play Eureka. You don't get to be nearly mono blue in your mana base. And Mystic Sanctuary is just really good with things you can put back. Kind of want to lead on Trop, even if I could get Wastelanded here, just so that I can preordain. I'll bottom both. It's fine. Next turn, if all goes well, I get to Brainstorm, Fetch, Astrolabe. Things do not go well. Does not much matter. It doesn't much matter because, ooh. Now it does. That could be really bad. We might not be able to interact with them at all. As they get ready to just straight up combo us. Deploy the Mystic. We can get wasted again. We could get Loam wasted. Loam would be the worst case scenario here. Alright. Wasteline's fine. Sylvan Library. Less fine, but still fine. Let's go Astrolabe. Don't really want to get Brainstorm locked, and we can't win next turn anyway, so no need to deploy it yet. I think they also want to keep us off of green, which they probably don't care about now that I've found Arkhams. Wonder how... Yeah. Against something like us, once you're below 15, your life total stops mattering entirely. I imagine we'll get wasted here to keep us off of show and tell, because from their point of view, we could have show and tell soul land plus a thing to put into play. Also worth noting that it's going to be risky to show and tell without a mana open to immediately Emrakul or similar, because of that sphere of resistance. Gives our opponent the opportunity to interact with it before we can do anything with it. Alright, Field of the Dead. That's fine. Want to hold that fetch land as... Oh, perfect. So they can only draw one extra card this turn? I suppose they could draw two and lose, but let's not hope for that, shall we? Opponent's thinking. Number 4. Heliod's Generosity in a Blast Zone. One card left. Ooh, is this a gamble? No. What are they doing? Experimental Frenzy. I think we have just enough mana to Spell Pierce that. It's actually quite terrifying against us too. Against anything really. Just the amount of cards they'd be able to see. I shudder. Here I'll Brainstorm. Finally, with the ability to shuffle things away. Shuffle away the Trop and the Surgical. As much as I'd like to Surgical. I don't think it's a particularly valid strategy right now. Without anything I'd care about surgicaling in the bin. We'll be able to find a basic island. Next turn we might be able to Brainstorm again. Alright. We need a Ice Fang. And that's basically the only card that will matter here. Nope. That's all spells? Yep. Well, I suppose I could still get one with a Soul Land, so we'll Brainstorm. And that is it. They got it. I'd say. Let's see if two-player queue has any more. Nope, nobody waiting, so we'll play against whoever this is. Axe 302. Let's go ahead and see how this goes, and ooh, I'm on the play. I'm show and tell plus away from this being absurd, and I have a cantrip here. I'll keep this. I'll lead on preordain, because I could potentially just show and tell into the win next turn. If I was still looking for the Omni, I think I'd Astrolabe, but then again, I'm not entirely sure what my opponent's on, and I don't have protection, and I don't want to get rid of force if I would need a force at some point. I think that's the tipping point. I'll go a little slower, so that I know if I'm going to be able to just look for the show and tell next turn. Oh. Or I can just draw show and tell. Now I wish I had preordained so I could have hidden the show and tell in case they have discard. Alas. No, basic island. Not even snow. Brainstorm. Turn 1 Brainstorm to me says this is 100% a combo deck. And Isle Snowland Astrolabe to them probably says, hey, this is a snow control deck. Which hopefully means that we're about to win. Because you don't look for force of what. Oh. Alright, I guess that there's just nothing that preordain could have done better. Alright, we're not guaranteed to win right now, but we have a decent shot. Oh, they forced. We'll pitch Ice Fang. Oh, we didn't even have game there. We were gonna have to look for it. I have no idea what they are. That was a really greedy brainstorm for a forceful deck, but maybe they're a breach deck. I'm gonna make sure they haven't just started another match. It didn't say they disconnected. Sometimes people that concede that fast just start another match to spite you. Worth checking. You don't want to waste your time. So I'll just wait here and wait for that little ding that'll say it is time to go back into the game. So, against Unknown, we kind of just want to keep our deck the same. I'm assuming combo because of the turn 1 Brainstorm, but you never know for sure. Still doesn't say they've disconnected. Not here. Not league. Where was I? There we go. Looks like they're back. Gonna mull that one. Gonna mull that one. It's not any better. I'll keep this, but only because I can't afford to mull any lower. I'll get rid of Ice Fang. And I hate to say it, but no, and Astrolabe. There we go. And let's see what they do. Alright, that's actually pretty good. Lead on preordain. Normally I'd like to not do so, but... Alright, so we don't want the city. We can want the intuition. I'm gonna take it. It's pretty slow, but it lets us set up if we find one half of the combo. Alright. Here. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna ponder. I still don't know what they are. And I just kind of want to find parts of our combo as quickly as possible. Oh, I'm completely fine with that. I understand the want to Flusterstorm the cantrips, and it's actually pretty good, as long as they have more. It's very aggressive though, even if it's a good play, just meaning that it shows they are in a position of strength, or they want to project that they are. So I'm assuming they have no creatures in their deck. Huh. This is interesting. Here there's approximately a 0% chance I try and go for anything here. They could be... No. Growth Spiral. Is this a stasis deck? And so this might be a stasis deck. They like to play Growth Spiral into the 4-mana enchantment that untaps all of your lands into stasis, and they have Rishadan ports to go with it. It's pretty brutal. If they get it to go off, they'll just keep you off of lands for the rest of the game. Do not need. Fetch. I suppose we should have kept the Ice Fang, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. And that should have been a forest. So I messed up pretty big there. Don't think it's gonna matter too much. All intuition for omniscience. They can have surgical, but so be it if they do. Suppose we knew that they were a Rainstorm Forceful deck, so we should have brought in Veil of Summers, but I didn't know what I'd want to cut. If I'd seen the companion, I definitely would have trimmed on the Ice Fang. To bring in at least one. So, let's see if we can get this to resolve. Force? No, I'm fine with that. Trying to get them to eat through all of their counters. Hydroid Crisis? Huh. Okay. Nick Fit, maybe? Could definitely be a Nick Fit deck. So let's go Astrolabe, Sanctuary, Show and Tell. No shuffle. They're not presenting us with any kind of a clock that we need to care about yet. We'll be able to fetch land or fetch for a land and then Mystic to put a probably Intuition or Ponder even on top of our deck. Because we have all the time in the world at the moment. I think we even just wait to deploy it for the Astrolabe so that we'll have Eureka as well. If we have to do anything with Cunning Wish, we'll be able to as well. Just our opponent not giving us any reason to do anything, to me, means to just wait. Deploy Astrolabe. See what I draw before I go putting cards on top. Deploy Astrolabe. Could be wrong because it combos, but I forgot to fetch first. Alright. It's not the end of the world. We still have Brainstorm into whatever we're going to do. It's just a little bit unfortunate. Also unfortunate we're not a Daze variant that can pick the Sanctuary back up, but so be it. Guess I can just grab a basic island now anyway. Didn't do anything that would tell me the top. Let's go ahead and Brainstorm, see what we can hit. Don't need. Basic island, Preordained Town. Kinda want the Force, but at the same time I don't really need it. I'm tempted to take the Astrolabe. I'm going to just because of Oka. So now if they elk something, we can still Eureka. And Brainstorm is also fine. We'll only use it if they do something we need to interact with. Find an Omniscience, and we should be golden to start setting ourselves up here. In a lot better spot if I'd played correctly with that. And Eureka time. I can't imagine this resolves. Oops, Spell Pierce is fine. So does my opponent just infinite counterspells and eventually they play something? We're deploying the Eureka first because of Wasteland on Sanctuary being a possibility we want to avoid. Now we'll Cunning Wish. Grab a Veil of Summer out of the board. And Veil of Summer before we cast Show and Tell, putting Omniscience down. Yeah. If we draw another land, that's also very good. I'm trying to think of what my opponent might be trying to do. Shame this took so long. Otherwise, we'd have been able to pull ahead a lot earlier. Let's see. Now, they really shouldn't be countering this. They should be countering whatever I grab with it. But Who knows, they've been pretty aggressive with their counters. Yep, that's really aggressive. Works just as well on my turn because, I don't have the mana to do everything. Okay. Astrolabe first. Hoping to draw land. Preferably a Beseiju. Alright, that's actually excellent. For next turn, though. This turn, I'm just gonna pass. I'll Cunning Wish, grab Veil of Summer. Veil of Summer. Play City of Traders. Cast Show and Tell, put in Omniscience, Cunning Wish for Firemind's Foresight, and I should have it from there. Okay, opponent. And I'll use Spell Pierce to protect myself on my turn. Okay. Are you playing the Jellyfish that I saw earlier? But this can't really be Nick Fit, though, can it? I'm gonna be honest, I'm not entirely sure what my opponent's doing, and I'm trying not to doubt that it could be a thing. Because that's how you lose games of Legacy. Is thinking that your opponent is on nonsense, and then having that nonsense be some kind of a obscure combo you don't know about, and just dying. Like if your opponent plays a Stoneforge and finds a Shunko. Well, they're Cephalid Breakfast and they can kill you on turn 2. Okay, so, City of Traders. Green mana. Veil of Summer. Can you stop me, opponent? Because I'll be fighting to protect the Veil of Summer, not the Show and Tell. Okay. Opponent is forcing. We'll Spell Pierce their force. If they counter again, I think it's just being a... Oh? Now we even get to draw a card. Show and Tell. We'll put in an Omniscience. Cast a second Omniscience. In case they have any kind of shenanigans. Oh, they have them more in the main? That's bizarre. Cast a Cunning Wish. Yes, I would like to use the ability. Grab Firemind's Foresight. Firemind's Foresight, cast with Omniscience. Cunning Wish. Impulse. Brainstorm. Lead on Impulse. Grab an Emrakul. Cast a Brainstorm. We will in fact be putting the Emrakul back on top. Both of them. Casting Cunning Wish to get them to 15. Or just seeing if they concede here. Release the ants. And... what are you grabbing, opponent? A Thought Scour? To try and interact with my Release the ants? A Brainstorm, because you have your own Emrakul. that should be game. Can't imagine they have anything bigger than a Garruk. It's weird that... I think this might have just been some kind of a meme deck that my opponent wanted to play, but I really don't know. I mean, it follows the logic of any given day in Legacy. You never know what might top. And it could be that Delver has a problem with, no. Can't see Delver having a problem since they... I honestly don't know. So that was a weird one. Let's see, anybody in the 2-player queue? Nope. Alright, so that's going to be it for today. Sorry for the shorter video, but like I said, this is the second video I recorded today, and I'm going to have to try and figure out what's going on with Arena in the future. For now, hope you enjoyed. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll do my best to undo the damage that those previous videos have done. Ciao for now.